as Ryan analyzes my fantasy baseball team.
I don't have service, so I can't show you mine.
Okay.
Oh,
Excuses,
yeah, right.
excuses.
I can tell you I have
A real fantasy leaguer would do it without service.
I have
Take screenshots.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. I'm a poser. No, but I have Gleyber Torres.
Nice.
And what other Yankees do I have? That might be the only Yankee I have.
Yeah.
I have my big boy is Manny Machado.
Oh,
I
that's
have
a big
him on
boy.
both my teams. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know who that is.
Oh, I'm Lucas. I don't like sports because I love the
Sports ball, go team.
I love pleasuring women. Have you guys seen that? What's that video series that what's his face? Kyle. Oh my God, it's killing me. The guy who posts the baseball TikToks.
You're asking the wrong person. I'm not on baseball TikTok.
It's like a
You're
funny.
talking about John Boy, the titular John Boy.
Yeah, I'm talking about John Boy. Yeah, you know John Boy. John Boy is like the fuck Jerry of baseball media.
Okay.
Just like insipid.
Steals jokes. Is that what?
I
Yes
think
or
John
no?
Boy has stolen jokes, but
Okay.
I don't think they have recently.
Okay, but Kyle something. Who are you thinking of?
He's the guy who, oh my God, it's going to kill me, his last name. But he posts those TikToks about like those people who go to the games and they're like still in 2014 and they're like, sports ball. Oh my God, where is
Yeah.
it? It's going to kill me.
Can I say, I went to see a softball game of Gabby's, and I was there purely as a fan. I wasn't being ironic. I was enjoying the game, and I would love to go see a game. But I'm not going to know anyone's names. I'm going to be
Kyle
like,
Gordon.
oh, Kyle Gordon. Oh, yeah.
What a guy.
Yeah, no, the old-timey baseball, like,
Yeah, he
character.
posts the old, yeah.
I have been seeing him on the train every day, and we're always on the same car.
Do you guys talk?
Yeah, we talk.
Okay. Well, it made it
No, we
sound
just
like,
watch each other and just go.
yeah. Made it sound like you just look at each other and breathe real deep.
I mean, we do that sometimes, but only when we feel it.
When I see another comedian on the train, it's like when John Wick locked eyes with Common. We just get closer to each other and then we start beating the shit out of
Yeah. Yeah, you got a little bit of a John Wick energy to you.
I think that every time it rains in New York City and I'm walking around, I'm like, I'm John Wick.
Yeah.
Wait,
You know, mourning your wife.
who's your who's your common?
My common, I don't know, probably
Meredith Dietz.
I was gonna say Art Kai.
Hell yeah, that's right. Meerkats guest Art Kai, we just had
Yes,
him on.
indeed, yeah.
I was just listening to his episode.
Oh yeah.
I have a correction for him. He said he was talking about Alexander Payne, and then he mentioned Sideways. He was like, "Oh no, he didn't direct that, but he did direct that."
Get his ass.
Yes.
Yeah,
Bringing back cancel
Sideways
culture.
Stories from Wayside School.
Oh, what is that?
It was a book series. It was like it's the premise of the book series. It was like, this architect was a little bit of a weirdo. Instead of like having it one floor with 30 rooms, it's 30 floors each with one room.
Oh, that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
But that's just like what an office is.
Yeah, but like a dumb one.
I've worked at a lot of dumb offices in my life, and then
Yeah.
Have you worked at many dumb offices?
yeah.
What's your work history?
Can you give us your LinkedIn?
Yeah.
Um,
Everyone
Should I-
endorse our... Wait, let's give a proper introduction. Endorse our guest on To Nosy Meerkats.
Nosy
Welcome
Meerkats,
back.
which is the podcast you're listening to or watching.
Indeed. One of the two.
With no sound. You're just watching us mouth the
You have subtitles,
the
and we're
lyrics.
going to like super rapid, like old time. Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
both talking at the
yeah.
same time.
Indeed, yeah. We have a fantastic guest. You may know him as the host of Silly Goof, an open mic, and a show, which I went to recently that Gabby was on. It was a fantastic show. Please give a round of applause for Ryan Ciecwisz.
Ryan Ciecwisz.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course.
We're so happy to be here.
Yes.
So what's your LinkedIn?
Yeah.
So give us all the details.
Well, we were talking about eating pussy, so that's on there.
Who has endorsed you? Name all their names.
That's the problem. No one has endorsed me.
The Rock. Get in there.
Yeah, no, what do you mean? It's my name. My LinkedIn is my name.
Yeah, I'm saying go through it. No.
Well,
wanna know
what's
my
your
resume?
weirdest work experience?
My weirdest work experience? I don't know if I used to have a job where I worked for, maybe I shouldn't say a company name, but I work for Disney. I'll say it. They own like everything, so it doesn't matter.
Did you
But-
sign like an NDA? Is it one of those like you can't say
No.
in what capacity?
No, I guess it's fine. It doesn't really matter. But it was like I would watch. They had like all these apps that would be like streaming live sports, like they'd have like the MLB app, NHL app, Fox Sports Go, and then like my job was just to watch the streams of the games, and if there was like an error or like if something went wrong with the stream, I would just have to like Slack somebody else to be like, this happened. And they'd be like, okay. And it was like, it rocks. It was the best job I've ever had.
Perfect job alert.
Yeah. But the hours sucked. It was like 4 p.m. to 12 a.m.,
Yeah.
5 p.m. to
Oh,
1
God.
a.m. Yeah. So I had absolutely no social life. And it was like I never had weekends off too. So
Oh my God. It was every single day of the week you did that?
Well, I did 40 hours a week, but so I'd have like my schedule changed, but it would be like a Tuesday, Wednesday would be my Saturday, Sunday, something like that.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah, it was pretty.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
that
I'm
part
glad you don't
sucked.
do. Okay. Dream job? Not anymore.
Actually, I still think it's a dream job, but
Yeah.
I understand that those hours suck. But like to just like drink beer and watch baseball,
Yeah.
maybe
Well,
smoke a little weed on the job.
well, I actually didn't do that because I hadn't developed a crippling marijuana addiction by the time. Now I have.
Now you're like, kind of want to go back. This would be good.
yeah, but no, yeah, it was a good job, but they paid me nothing, so it's like
Yeah.
pretty much.
Well, they're
barely
broke.
money.
Disney.
Yeah, notoriously,
they're notoriously broke. Yeah.
Talk about a company without a game plan.
It's all those allegations against the founder, Walt.
Walt, yeah.
He did not come to my bar mitzvah. I invited him.
Yeah. I hear he's. I shouldn't say
What are
this
you
joke.
hearing?
God.
What's going on in the zeitgeist?
This joke
with
is so
Walt?
fucked up. I hear he's an abuser.
What if I was like, wait, is there something up with Walt Disney? And I just did not know any of his.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's problematic.
What?
Yeah,
The guy who made. You're telling me the guy who made Mickey Mouse.
I know.
Steamboat Willie to his
Mickey
to his
Mouse,
family.
horribly unfunny character too.
You think so?
I can't think of anything funny Mickey Mouse has ever done.
Yeah,
I
he's
can't
kind
think
of
of
a
anyone
straight
either.
man. He just doesn't.
Yeah.
The thing about Mickey Mouse, unfortunately, is like he is a little hot.
Well, he's just
What about him?
topless.
The nose, the ears.
He just seems like a nice guy. He just seems like he
Nice.
wouldn't ruin your day.
And he's
Aw.
swagged out too.
Oh, he's
yeah.
Those
dripping.
little red shorts. And
Yeah.
No shirt on. The pecs.
Yeah, he's dripping. When you put him in that sailor outfit, I mean, you
Yeah.
know about the sea.
Yeah.
Are you
I do know about the scene.
Are you attracted also to Minnie, or you're like, no,
No.
get out of the way?
I'm over her. She and I had a thing. A couple
Oh yeah.
Years ago, so
Oh, she
I'm, like,
also
over
didn't
it.
go to your bat mitzvah.
Yeah, that was the thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we hooked up. But
wow.
you know, I don't. I
So
really.
you were 13 when this happened.
she groomed
And
me.
she was 84. But looked young.
Well, you were mature. You were.
I wasn't sure. And you know what? I wouldn't really call it grooming because it was kind of like a Twilight situation where like she was stuck in her body as a child. You know, like Edward Cullen.
And she is a vampire too.
She is notoriously a vampire.
I was thinking of Benjamin Button Stitch, where it was like you're born, but
Oh,
like
we
you
like met in
looked
the
old.
middle.
And,
Yeah.
met in
I'm
the
sorry.
middle.
It's still so fucked up to me in Benjamin Button that like he dies at the end and he's a baby and she's old. And I'm like, but you two fucked. Like, that's weird. Like, not in those age brackets, obviously, but like in a different era.
Imagine holding a baby and being like, "This is the father of my child."
It's I don't like it. I don't like Benjamin Button. I don't think it's okay.
I never saw it actually, but I know what happens in it.
Oh yeah, it's a
Well,
goal.
you're a
young,
big
and meet in the
movie
middle.
guy.
Yeah.
I'm a big movie guy. Yeah, I love the motion pictures. I can't get enough.
I have a question. Is there any movie of recent years that got a lot of hubbub, a lot of press that you feel did not deserve it?
That's a good question, and in either direction too, positive or negative.
Oh yes,
hubbub.
indeed.
Yeah. Okay. I really don't like. I really don't like Darren Aronofsky, who did like Requiem for a Dream and The Whale. I haven't seen The Whale yet.
I haven't seen The Whale either.
I am very excited. It looks,
The Whale is awful. You should get so high before you watch The Whale.
That is the plan.
Yeah, absolutely. I would see it with you again, honestly.
Like all the clips that I've seen, like with the toes.
Yeah.
With the toes? What is this?
This we're getting into spoiler territory, but from what I understand out of the out of context clips that I've seen, he bodily ascends to heaven in the end.
Yeah, I think
the toes
so.
go,
Yeah, there's a close up of his little toes and these.
The problem with that movie is it was supposed to be, I think it's adapted from a play. And you can tell it's adapted from a play because the only scenes that are not stationary are Darren Aronofsky's edits where the whale tries to like walk around. And it's like really hard for him.
Okay.
It's just the worst. I mean, it's just so mortifying. There's a scene where he like checks a drawer and sees chocolate bars and he smiles. I'm like, is he me?
That's
like
straight
what?
out of the Nutty Professor. Like,
Yeah, he's like so excited.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. It is like half Nutty Professor, half misery
oh my
porn.
God. You know how the new Fresh Prince show that's just called Bel Air and it's a drama?
Yeah.
What if this is like the gritty reboot of the Nutty Professor?
The white reboot of the.
The white reboot.
The racists are very happy. They're like, finally, the Nutty Professor is white again.
It's white Norbit. We all need white Norbit. Oh my god,
Norbit, that's a movie I think is good.
It's a good movie. I really want to watch it.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. It's
kind
like
of yeah. Did you know that it was? I think it was nominated for an Oscar for Best Makeup.
Oh yeah, I did know that.
Yeah. He really does transform Eddie Murphy. He does a lot.
One of the last of those Eddie Murphy, like truly like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think those will ever come back? Well, I mean, fat suits maybe, but like
maybe not the fat suits.
maybe
but like,
I think that's.
do you think he's got one more movie in him where he plays 15 different characters?
Ooh, I think maybe, but I think he needs to charge for some more time.
Yeah.
Well, that's like because
He's got to be plugged in a little more, and then he's ready to go.
Well, I guess those aren't that common, but I do really like the trailers that are like it'd be like starring Eddie Murphy and Eddie Murphy and Eddie Murphy.
Yeah. I'm like, I see what you're doing.
Yeah. I miss those.
You know, Norbit is Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys' favorite movie.
No way.
Dude.
That's not real, is it?
No, that's
You're
real.
shitting. Wait, no.
He did an interview where someone was like, what are the movies you've seen recently? And he says, I saw Norbit. It was very good. And then he follows up with, what's your favorite movie? And he goes, I think it's Norbit.
I'm eating that turkey ass. That's not good. Sorry. That's
Wait, no, keep going.
That's Norbit's favorite food is the turkey ass. And there's like a visual gag where they know I'm just reciting bits from Norbit. There's a bit where like
Dude, you guys gotta see this movie. Norbit's the shit. Whoa.
I have a cinema degree, but not from a good school, so that's why.
Oh, okay.
I'm in the same boat as you right now. Yeah.
What went into your cinema degree? And so it's like, what was like your schoolwork like in college?
It was like, well, I had to take like a couple production classes like early on, like very like intro level things. I shot a film on like a Bolex camera, like a film camera.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like
dope.
There's no sound on it.
I was thinking of like a Rolex watch, but with that like that emoji red bee from like those deep fried memes. You remember that? Yeah.
Yeah, I know the one.
No, that's not
no.
it. That's not it.
No, Lucas, that's not it.
Sorry.
Can you stop fucking around?
Hey.
Yeah, I
I'm
came on here
listening,
to do
I'm learning, I'm trying to do better.
What'd you come on here to do?
to do a serious interview.
Yeah.
About Norbit.
Yeah.
I was came here to field
What do you
questions.
think are the moral implications of Norbit for our society as we approach climate change that may end our world?
We just gotta keep laughing. That's what I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm freaking saying.
You know, laughter's the best medicine, and that's what's gonna cure Mother Earth.
Try trying to just tell the earth a joke like, hey, heal yourself.
You know,
I am pouring buckets of oil into the ocean.
It's a bit.
Yeah, as a bit. Okay.
Loosen up. Stop.
you know, you can't spill oil in the ocean anymore. It's ridiculous.
No,
Yeah.
well,
Everyone
that's
gets
what the
offended.
woke crowd.
Uh-oh,
Yeah.
canceled.
Oh.
Doesn't want you to catch dolphins in your tuna nets anymore. Doesn't want you to grind up pieces of dolphin in the tuna anymore. Can you say anything on a fishing vessel? On a
You know, this is an interesting transition because you have a joke that I love about how heterosexual men should only process emotions at sea.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
You know, it is a joke, but it's also something I deeply agree with. Have you had an experience at sea?
I used to, like, my dad used to take me like fishing on these these big party boats. It sounds like, and that sounds fun, party, but
Yeah.
it's not the kind of party that I was looking to get involved with.
What I'm imagining is like bachelor party on a yacht, but then your dad is like, oh yeah, we're just gonna have a quiet little father-son moment.
It's just like, yeah, it was like, it sounds very fun,
look
but then
back.
it's just a bunch of older guys fishing. And once I saw something, I didn't like, I also I didn't like getting all stinky at this. I just didn't like the fish smell.
So brave.
Yeah, and I didn't want to touch any of the gross shit, you know.
What was the
Yeah.
gross shit? The chum
the
in the bucket?
plankton. That's what you're referencing.
Oh yeah, indeed, the chum bucket. Yeah. Hey, art imitates life.
Art
And
should
chum.
be imitating life.
No, what was the stinky stuff? What was
Just like fish in general, like your bait when you
Yeah.
put it on
Oh,
the
yeah,
hook, or
yeah,
like
yeah.
get like taking the fish off the hook. I was like, ugh, I don't know about this.
Oh, I know what you mean.
I did once see. I have an image in my head that has stayed with me where I saw the captain or like the first mate. Somebody brought a fish, got like reeled in a fish, and it was on the floor of the boat. And he had a big wooden board, and he was smacking it on the head. And I remember thinking, I don't think that he should be doing that. Most certainly illegal. Most certainly illegal.
Why
But
is he smacking it on the head?
to get it to stop flopping around,
To wake
I
it
guess
up.
it really
which
messed
ironically
up.
makes it flop more. If you smack something, it's gonna flop.
It's gonna
Yeah.
flop
Which
until
I've
it
learned
doesn't.
at my own cost. Yeah.
You fish, Lucas?
Oh, I've been on deck.
Damn.
Lucas has been on deck. I've never actually gone fishing. I've been on a boat though. Never actually gone fishing though.
I think I would like it now if I was just like even like with my dad or with friends, just like drinking beers or
oh, I think I would like it.
yeah. I think
I think
it would
the
be fun.
social aspect I would
Yeah.
really enjoy.
Boys, should we go fishing? We'll go to the Yankee game and then we'll stop wherever there's a body of water in the Bronx. We'll just go fishing.
We'll have our dip in the Hudson.
Oh
Ooh,
yeah,
how
nice,
refreshing.
nice, clean, fresh waters in the
Yeah.
Hudson.
Weather's getting warmer. Get your swim trunks out.
I remember I was at Coney Island a couple years ago. There was this guy online in front of me at Nathan's who like got multiple fish dinners from Nathan's to like take out and bring home. He was like, "Oh, it's only $5 for this one," and I was just like, "Thanks, man." He was like, "You should go for it." I was like,
Sorry.
Well,
go
I was
on.
just gonna say I don't want to admit something so vulnerable, but I have eaten like the clams at Nathan's at
How are
Coney
they?
Island. Honestly, amazing. Like,
What are
no
no
notes.
disrespect to a fine institution, but I was not hungry for fish that day.
Is that you had like the deep fried clams or what is it?
No, I had like raw clams.
Oh, wow.
Okay, you're a
thing.
fucking gladiator.
I took the risk.
And there were no repercussions of that decision?
Well,
look at
look
her.
at me now. I'm perfect. It just made me a more genetically perfect specimen.
Okay. But your body
Nothing can
didn't
kill you now.
Yeah, nothing. Okay, it's funny you say that because I was out last night after, or what day is it? I was out 2 nights ago after Friend Island. I was getting some tacos by myself. The island.
Yeah.
Shout out to Friend Island. And then some homies from the Friend Island rolled up to the taco stand and I was sitting with them for a bit.
I love how many words you're using.
I'm really
Rolled
not,
up to the stand at the island, you know?
I'm not being an economist here, but it's okay because apparently I'm going to die soon. And here's why. I was talking to one of the people there. And she was like, I think I'm clairvoyant, but don't worry. And then pointed to 2 other people at the table who weren't me. You guys are safe. And I said, noticed you didn't point to me. And she goes, it's okay. Just don't get on a motorcycle anytime soon. And I'll tell you who this was after. She's a friend. And I believe 100% everything she says. And when I left, I said, am I okay to get on an e-bike right now? And I was joking. And she very seriously goes, oh, no, don't worry. Tonight's not the night.
Oh no! That's not
So you
what
can't
wanna
get on
do.
an e-bike any other time.
I think I just have to text her and be like, can I get on an e-bike tonight?
I wonder, because I know this is. I wonder how many people have this relationship with her, where they're just like, okay, can I get on the Q train today? And she's like 2 to 4 only.
I wouldn't risk it.
Because it's funny because I was talking
Depends
to
how
her.
much you like your left big toe.
Ooh, don't like it. I've actually wanted to get rid of that for a while. Yeah, what do you
holding
think
you
of my
back.
left big toe?
My left big
No,
toe.
hers.
Oh, yours.
Well, what do you think of yours?
Mine, I have an ingrown toenail situation that is pretty painful.
I'm sorry to hear.
to be
You should
honest
turn it
here.
around so it grows out.
Turn that frown
I've
upside
tried.
down.
I have tried, Lucas. It keeps growing into my. Nobody wants to.
It's like your toe's like, I want to.
More toenail content. Where is it going?
Wait, is it the left or the right?
Honestly, it's both, but the left is more severe.
Oh my God.
I think it might have been. It must have been. Maybe it might. I don't know. Maybe it was something with shoes that I wore younger, and then it
What
just.
the fuck is wrong with
How
straight
tight
man
are your
feet?
shoes? Wait, can I ask your shoe size? Because you're a very tall man.
Sure, I'm a 12.
You're 12. Okay,
12.
yeah. Were you wearing tight shoes? Like maybe shoes that were for you when you were younger for too long?
Maybe. Well, the only thing I can think of is maybe I was like, because now like I wear shoes until they wear out.
Yeah.
But like when you're a kid,
Until
growing
they're
so
begging
quickly.
you to.
Yeah. They're like, why
to get
are you
off, like,
still wearing me?
We're dying.
Please let me die.
Kill me.
It's like the
We
whale.
have tuberculosis.
The shoes have scurvy. Scurvy shoes.
Your shoes have gout. Yeah. So, but yeah, no, you got shoes.
Yeah.
And
what was I saying?
well, because they're very uncomfortable and the toenails
I think
they're
it's
not
just.
well.
I think it's just like when I was a kid, probably as my feet were growing faster.
I think they're ingrown because something's wrong with your soul.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that's why.
What if the toenails don't like the outside world and they want to go home?
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I got tough toenails for them then.
Yeah.
I always wondered where like the nail begins because I'm like, it can't go down beyond this knuckle. It has to start somewhere in here.
Oh, you're right. It probably. Yeah. Now I'm looking. I hadn't thought of that. Yeah.
It's like the lightsaber emitter. Like, where does the blade start?
yeah. It's got to be a little bit below the
bunch
surface.
It's a little bit
Fucking
below the
nerds.
shroud. I have the visual dictionary.
Bunch of fucking nerds. I say with my full fantasy team out at the beginning of this episode.
Yeah.
Oh, at the beginning of this episode, I was saying that I was killing it in my fantasy group chat.
Oh yes.
It's a bunch of men in their 40s and me. And so
Do you feel so hot in that group?
I really do. I think I say a lot of sassy things. Like one of them, they were all wishing each other good luck and talking smack. And I was like, I'm so excited to be the first lady champion, at least since Alberto. And he just writes back, ha, well played. Oh my God. Got him so good.
Nice.
What's your fantasy group like? Bloodthirsty?
You're like an old school like governor's like roaster.
Yeah.
I'm definitely the biggest trash talker in the group. I play the role of the heel. Last year, I went undefeated for like 13 weeks or
Okay,
something.
that's crazy.
And like every Monday, I'd be like, well, it happened again. This is another embarrassment for you all. Who is going to stop me? Please, somebody stop me. Like the mask.
Oh my God.
But I try. I do. I like, cause like I'm not a competitive person. But like in like games or like maybe but like board games or like fantasy.
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is funny to me. The idea that I would care that much, like a board game, like like if someone like Uno or something, someone gets to draw 4, like, oh, of course, yeah, look at that hand, you got a big stack there, like, just like, I think it's funny to act like I really care about that. But it also does the same thing as if I really cared about it, and it makes people mad. I ruined many a nights.
I have a question. Do you feel like people ever get annoyed because they're like, no, we want you to be more competitive? Like, they want an opponent. Do you ever feel that, or do you or do you just not care?
I think with the groups that I play things with, usually they don't want me to be that competitive. But I do it anyway. Because you know why? Because I am unapologetically me.
That's so powerful.
Yeah, thank you.
And that leads into an interesting question. You're a big fan of zoos. Can you tell us about your recent experience at the Bronx Zoo?
Yes. Oh my God. I had a great time. So it's free on Wednesdays. So me and my also unemployed roommate went to the zoo yesterday.
Name an Instagram handle. Shout out. No.
Highly employable.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, it's good. I feel like maybe I'm at it, but I feel like the culture. I feel like there was a point when everybody was anti-zoo because they're like, this is bad for animals. But now I feel like it's kind of come back around with the conservation efforts, and also like,
Ooh, okay.
I don't know. Maybe I'm completely wrong, but I do think there is some value in having people see these animals, and like a lot of I don't know, like we've decimated a lot of species, so like there's that's a lot of the only way that a lot of them may exist in the future. But I shouldn't have brought up this depressing shit.
No, wait.
I think I brought it up.
Do you have
I said, can you cry on cue about zoos?
Please, really get it.
Tigers,
The seals, the sea lions, which is which? Yeah.
Those things look.
That's what you're crying about, which is
I don't know. Yeah.
The smells at the zoo is something I always forget about until I'm experiencing.
Yeah, there's a lot of smells.
It's like Memento. You need to write it on your own.
Do you think that sea lions also hate the smells at the zoo? They're like, what the fuck are these French fries?
I think they're probably like, what is that? What is that delicious odor?
I hope so.
I wonder if some animals hate the smell of other animals. They're like, we don't even interact naturally.
Fuck these pandas. I don't know.
Yeah. You're an Arctic animal. Fuck off. Wait, do you have like an area in the zoo, like when you're like, oh, I'm getting ready to go to the zoo. Oh, I can't wait to go to this enclosure. Do you ever that?
Yeah, I was excited to see the giraffes just because those things are absolute freaks. Those are freaks. You can't see those anywhere. And I saw one. I posted this on my Instagram story, and it was there's like a lot of the walls in the back of the exhibits at the Bronx Zoo have like a painted background.
Yeah.
And there was a giraffe that was like licking a tree that was painted on the wall.
Dumbass.
Yeah, that's I posted it. I was like, hey, dumbass, that's a wall. And then overwhelmingly positive reception on that, except one person who was like, this made me really sad.
It is sad. It's like the giraffe doesn't know that it's not. Of course.
No, I think he was having a good time though. He was having a good time.
Sort of like Plato's allegory of the cave. You know,
remind us what it is. I know.
I know
vaguely.
I know of the cave.
I'm like obsessed with the allegory of the cave because we had this in 10th grade. I had this teacher who was definitely coked out of his mind, and he was like obsessed with allegory of the cave.
He was in a cave hole. Go on.
All right, Lucas. Well, it's been really nice running a podcast
That's my riff
with you.
of the day. I will be silent now. I will think about what I do.
Silencing men, except Ryan. Just
Thank you.
Lucas.
Yes.
I can't remember. Oh yeah, he was obsessed with just a slight tangent. I feel like I've talked about this on the pod before, but he was also obsessed with the fact that Elia Kazan ratted out Arthur Miller.
What for?
Being a communist.
Oh, okay.
I basically like the in the 50s, a lot of celebrities were blacklisted for being communist or like somehow affiliated with the Communist Party, and then some people were able to like name names to get out of it so they could work again.
Like Mr. Reagan.
Yeah.
Was he on the blacklist?
No, he named names.
Oh,
Yeah.
But a lot of people didn't name names, and they kind of were like unable to work again for a period of time. And then Elia Kazan named names, and it seemed like 50 years later, Mr. H hadn't forgiven Elia Kazan for that. And he was pretty emphatic about it. I think at one point someone was like, "But he made On the Waterfront," and he was like, "But he ratted out Arthur Miller." Anyway, this teacher, so he told us about Allegory of the Cave. That's when it's little cavemen and they're like attached to this wall. Don't worry about like how do they go to the bathroom or how they eat. Like that's all like taken care of, I guess. And then
someone comes around, sucks the piss right at them. That would be the ultimate luxury, I think. I've been thinking
luxury!
Having a catheter.
I'd love someone to just suck out the piss so I don't even have to use a muscle.
This guy's got money. He doesn't even have to get up to piss. But that's why I think having a catheter would be very luxurious.
No, I don't want the catheter. I want someone to do it manual.
I remember I saw a lady on Tosh.0 when I was in high school who was talking about her
Great
stoma.
sentence. We're with three bros right now.
Yeah.
Can we just say this? We're like, dude, I saw Tosh.0.
No, she had like she had a stoma and an ostomy bag, and she was describing how she doesn't like poop out of her asshole anymore, but it comes out of here, and then she's like, I still fart though, and you could see his brain break. It was one of my favorite moments
Also,
of
why
television.
was she saying that like she was compensating for something?
She's like, don't worry,
I still fart.
This still makes noise. This shitter's talking.
So you can imagine these people after they get their piss sucked dry, they're like sitting in the cave, they're like watching shadows go by, and that's like their world. And then one caveman escapes and gets free and sees that there's like a whole world outside, goes back to his homies and is like, oh my God, guys, there's like a whole world outside. And his homies are like, nah, I don't think so. You're lying. We like these shadows because that's all they know. So it's supposed to be this big metaphor for like the world is only one. Anyway, it's like Allegory of the Cave. Like they like the giraffes, they only know the wall. You know?
They do only know the wall. Yeah.
Goodness. Wait, do you have like an animal at the zoo that you like always go towards? Or you're like, oh, I can't wait to see this.
I always kiss the elephants right on the snout.
Through the glass?
Oh yeah, no, raw.
You're just jumping like I'll reach one day.
Yeah. I like, what do I like at the zoo? I kind of like lizards and stuff.
Lizards.
They usually have little like lizard enclosure.
Yeah, the House of Reptiles.
Yeah, I love that shit.
Yeah. I didn't get a chance to go into the House of Reptiles yesterday because I had to get back to host an open mic.
What a life you lead.
Your priorities are fucked up. I gotta
Do you think if you told that to someone at the zoo, they'll be like, I'll kill myself? This is who we got.
The animals would be like, I'll stay here. If all this out there is open mic
the
comedy.
giraffes would be like, I'm gonna continue licking the wall. Thank God I'm not Ryan.
Yeah, I belonged in one of the cages as a true freak. A true freak.
What were you saying?
I don't even know.
I don't know.
Wait, I wasn't
anymore.
there yesterday. Did you talk about it at the mic?
I just mentioned that I'd been to the zoo and then I made everybody applaud me because I did not smoke any marijuana beforehand
And why not? See, that's a mistake.
That would be fun.
I think it would be fun. I think it would be fun. I think it would be a great time, but I just gotten a little heavy on that lately.
I hear you.
That's so fair. The crippling addiction.
Are there any signs or reasons specifically why you think, I need to cut back?
Yeah. Well, I actually similar thing to you on where you mentioned this on the last step, I believe, but like it making the anxiety worse.
Yeah.
And just like getting stoned out of my mind and then like turning my anxiety up to 12 for like an hour and then it'll go away. But like that hour is pretty scary.
That hour is really scary.
It is.
I was really high.
Whoa,
I believe.
crazy.
Yeah. Right now. I was really high like 2 days ago. No, 3 days ago. And I thought I had lost footage from a shoot I did where I like pranked my classmates. And I thought it was God telling me that I shouldn't pull pranks because they're mean.
No, pranks are good, I think.
Pranks are really good. Also, as my friend aptly pointed out, my fellow classmate, God loved pranks because God almost like made someone sacrifice his own son just for funsies, and then went, never mind.
Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
He also made the chosen people circumcise all the men. That was a gag. All right, that was. He was like, you're not supposed to take that seriously.
You also have a circumcision joke, I think, right?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, that's yes, I have time.
You got so much range.
Yeah, the joke is that it's like when Anakin beheads Count Dooku in Star Wars Episode 3.
Yeah.
And I say that like when he takes the two lightsabers and kind of like crisscrosses them and pulls them apart to decapitate them. That's how I got my adult circumcision.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's done by Sebulba.
Yeah.
That's my favorite tag.
So they're like, great word to say on stage. Sebulba.
Sebulba.
It's so good. Oh my god, were you ever into Star Wars as a kid?
I thought you were gonna ask if I was into circumcisions.
Yeah,
I was
recreationally.
I was really into that. Was I into Star? No, I watched the first movie honestly, like very recently,
The first, like the
like the 1970s.
Oh, 1970. Oh, yeah, okay.
4.
that's
I liked it.
Yeah?
I thought it was nice.
Okay.
I thought the special effects were crazy. I mean, my God, my Star Wars opinions are so milquetoast. Like, I thought the special effects were cool and the storyline was nice. Mark Hamill's a handsome fellow.
That's such a trad response of you.
A trad response.
A trad response.
Yeah, I am very trad wife.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. When did
You
you
know
get
this
into
about-
Star Wars?
Yeah.
Since I was a kid, because you mentioned the visual dictionary, I had that. I rented that out from the library, and then like one Christmas I rented it out a bunch, and then I was finally like, for one Christmas I was like, Mom, Dad, it's time. I need this book purchased.
I need it.
I need to own it. But yeah, I was always super into action figures and all that.
Oh
Yeah.
Were you ever like a video game kid? Because I wasn't that much.
I wasn't really allowed to play video games that much.
Really?
Why is
When
that?
My parents were like, they thought I wouldn't be creative. They thought I would just be sitting and gaming.
I see.
And I think they were probably right. I probably would have just done that, but it was like, because I used to do a lot of drawing. Like I used to fancy myself something of a cartoonist.
Ooh la la.
So like make these little like books, like just like with printer paper, like staple them together, like
That's
draw
so
and
cool.
write them. Yeah.
Did
But
you ever
it's-
give them to people as gifts?
No, I don't think I ever gave any away. But I did I would show them to people. I'd have them read them like, check this one out.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, very nice, Ryan.
Did you ever draw for a lover or a crush?
A lover.
No.
A lover?
No,
Have you heard?
You do calligraphy for a lover.
Yeah.
Don't you know?
You do? I didn't know about you doing calligraphy.
No, I don't.
Oh, is this
No,
a
I said
gag?
one does.
Oh, one does. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah. How can I count the ways that you make me bust? I'm being so crass. And like my mom listens. She last time I did a pod, I did Arkai and
Teach
Fernando
me
Ruiz
good.
and Teach Me Good.
What did you teach them about?
I teach them about Bob Dylan.
Okay.
And like I was pretty filthy on that too. And I said there was something about me having sex with Bob Dylan that came up because those boys have filthy minds.
Yeah. Well, that's not okay.
But I remember because my mom later told me about it. She was like, I listened to all of that. I was like, well.
Oh my god.
But she was supportive. She was like,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
She was like, I 100% agree on everything that you said.
Well, she didn't go that far, but she does
okay.
she supports she likes,
Yeah.
my parents saw me do a lot of comedy.
Really?
Really? Do they like it?
They do. I feel like it was a little bit, they saw me do it a lot like when I was right out of college.
Yeah.
And I'd be like doing these bringer shows at like
Oof. Yeah, I know what you mean.
these
Yeah.
the places where you do bringer shows, and they saw me do like a ton there, but I would be like, I'm much more absurdist now, is a little more straightforward.
Well, I was gonna ask, like, do you remember any of your early material? Like, what was it like?
It was kind of just like, honestly, it was very basic white straight guy. And that was kind of the reason where I leave.
Oh, like I want to kill all the Jews and stuff like that. Yeah. No, I remember you used to say that.
Yeah.
And now you're a little
There
more
are only
absurdist about
two
it.
genders.
Yeah.
It's a fact.
There's
Like,
only two genders, Jews and Gentiles. That's true.
Oh, so you saw my stuff.
I saw your act, yeah. And I stole it word for
I
word.
was one of the people that you're bringing.
Yeah, you brought me along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those, back when I would do those 75-person bringers. That was the only way they'd let me on stage in this city.
You just fill the whole room.
Yeah.
I did sometimes, like, I used to do bringer shows also in college, and I would, like, it was, like, the only comedy I did, which is psycho. Like, I didn't do mics. Like, I only did bringer shows. And sometimes you'd go to those shows, and there were people who would bring, like, 15 to 20 people, like, their whole office or something. And you knew it was them because they'd go on stage, everyone would go, "Woo!"
Yeah.
And they would get huge laughs, even
Yeah.
though the jokes were like, and dating's weird. Which, like, credit to them, like, it is
I
weird.
have never heard that before. Who is this guy? He's about to revolutionize
Lucas,
comedy. I
it's
assume
weird.
it's a man. It's.
Dating's weird. You hear about this?
I've not heard about it.
I find it quite normal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, lucky you.
Okay, brag.
Brag. Well, you've
Okay,
got an
this guy-
ingrown toenail,
this
so
guy
what do you
kisses.
know? This guy smooches on the mouth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Cheeksies only.
Cheeks only.
Left shoulder exclusively.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Forehead if it's crazy. But.
Forehead if it's a Sunday.
The Lord's Day.
Lord's Day.
Yeah.
When did you develop then like a more absurdist style
Yes.
of comedy? What led to that?
Well, I guess it was like I always like kind of had those leanings in there. Like I would have like some like wacky stuff. I'm trying to think of anything specific. I don't know, but like it was a little more like straightforward. And then I like kind of came to New York and I started like just trying to do open mics and meet people. And then I quickly realized like, okay, there's like absolutely. This was also before I grew a mustache too.
So you were a different guy.
Yeah.
I never knew you before mustache.
Yeah, that different time, different place, different world. But
Yeah.
there was nothing to distinguish me from any of the other white guys in these open mics. It'd be like 30 white guys just drowning in a sea of them.
And can I say, you look very unique now.
Thank you. That's well, the mustache has helped that. Yeah. Yeah, but then I started like just being a little. I don't know. I just thought it's funnier for me. It amuses me more to go up there and be like, bloopity bloop. I was riding in my hot air balloon and I crashed into the Hindenburg or something like. I don't know.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
What I like about that is it's true.
Yeah. That one is true.
Yeah.
I love how unexpected it is. I love a twist. Hot air balloon into the Hindenburg? Crazy.
Yeah.
Bigger hot air balloon, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bigger hot air. An atomic
is.
bong is a big atomic bong. Wow. God.
Whoa. Pass the atomic bomb, man.
That's what I'm gonna smoke when Oppenheimer comes out. Oppenheimer
that
by
is a
Christopher
Robin
Nolan.
Williams joke, an atomic bong.
Really?
Is it really?
Yeah.
Atomic bong. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What time-
He does a Jamaican accent. I'm gonna be. He does.
Well, you know what? You know,
Oh, I think he actually does an Indian accent. I'm mixing it. I always get those accents.
I mean, he is dead. Like, what are we gonna do?
Yeah.
You
Well,
know, talk to his estate. Cancel it.
Make them answer for it.
Hey, how do you guys feel about the fact that Robin Williams culturally appropriated?
Zelda Williams, daughter of the man. How do you feel? What do you have to say? No.
She just gives her response in a Jamaican accent.
She's like, no, I'm actually doing Chet Hanks right now, so it's okay.
Whoa, remember him?
Oh, I think about him every day. You know what's crazy? His song "White Boy Summer," I unironically like it.
Oh, I
Really?
didn't know. I literally did not know that was a song. I thought it was just
yeah,
the
it was
video. I thought
And it kind of hits. It kind of
listen to
slaps. It's kind of fun.
I remember the video when he was like, I'm kind of feeling like it's gonna be a white boy summer.
I remember that too.
And that I remember I was like, oh wow, I think I'm kind of vibing with this guy if he's and then he followed it up where he got a little deeper into the wardrobe of White Boy Summer, and then he immediately used a Jamaican accent in the second video, and I was like, never mind. I cannot condone these actions.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, the song, it is wild because he just keeps it up all the way through, and you're like, you can't have this voice.
Oh, he's doing the voice in the song?
Yeah. He keeps it up.
Wow.
To the point where you're like, okay, aside from Curb Your Enthusiasm, I've not heard you speak outside of this voice, kinda. That and the COVID announcement where he had the guns out and he was like, hey, my parents are gonna be okay. We're gonna be good.
Whoa, I remember that. That was crazy. He was like, damn, it's crazy. My parents got the coronavirus.
Yeah.
What I liked most about the announcement that Tom and Rita Wilson had the coronavirus was when they put out the iHeartRadio graphic that made it look like they'd won an award. But it just said they have the coronavirus.
That was the period when it was when I remember that because they were we were feeling a little under the weather, so we decided to do the responsible thing and get a COVID test. And we were positive. And this is the period where nobody could get COVID tests.
Yeah.
So it's
they were the first big people to get it.
Yeah. But I remember that. I remember it making me very angry because I was like, I want the test. I need the test.
Did you have COVID
No.
during the pandemic?
Never got it?
I got it after I got the I got it post-vaccine.
Yeah.
One of the strains. But I never got COVID classic.
Yeah.
You never got the original recipe.
No, I never tried the original recipe.
I never got the OG either.
Yeah. Nor did I.
I think I had
Omicron, me.
I think that was the one I had too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good one. Yeah. Good vintage.
We had her on the show, Omicron.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she was great.
Crazy
Omicron,
all
I
the
think
things
it's a
she said
beautiful-
about the Jews, but
Yeah, I didn't. We bleeped it all out. The episode was 1 second.
highly redacted. Yeah.
The episode was, hi, I'm Omicron. Beep. Just a long beep for a long time.
Yeah. It's on Joe Rogan now. Uncensored.
I was that because I don't know me and my friend this is before COVID. This is something I still would like to do at some point, but we're trying to do a comedy sketch show that was very high concept, and the conceit would be that the show was taking place on the Joe Rogan cruise, and we were trying to the cruise was making its way out into international waters because it was the only place where Joe Rogan could deliver his jokes.
I like this a lot.
Please
tell me you would play Joe Rogan.
We didn't get that far.
I'd love you to be like, yeah, that's crazy, man. DMT, man.
This is also kind of pre when he's now I feel like he's much more synonymous with transphobia and
all that good stuff.
Yeah. Not that those things just sprung up, but that was it was a little. He was a little more of a tangential. That he was still huge,
Before,
but
this is before he turned on you and me.
Yeah, turn on the white guys. Yeah.
Us and what we believe in.
I think it's weird because the first time I saw Joe Rogan in anything was some girl in our class in high school. I don't know what happened this one day, but we had a sub that was just I'll play any movie you want. And she had him pull up a movie that was it was about weed and how it's been villainized or something. And Joe Rogan was interviewed in the documentary going I spent all my life thinking weed was bad. And then I thought, damn, what was I thinking? Weed is so good. And I was kind of how can he be making weed seem lame right now?
Yeah, it does.
That is incredible. That takes a special guy.
I never want to smoke weed less than when I hear Joe Rogan talking about it.
Yeah,
that's a good DARE program.
When Elon Musk's hit the blunt on that was weed stock went down a lot that day.
Unforgettable. He didn't inhale.
No. Oh yeah.
Was that what he said, or was
No,
that just?
I just remember him going.
Yeah,
Just that phase.
It was apparent there was smoke all around him in a giant cloud, and he blew it right out of his mouth.
Yeah, a seasoned vet like you would know right away. This man, you got to hold that in.
Seasoned vet like me. Well, I don't know how to roll a joint, so that's.
But you are seasoned. I wonder if like a sub ever plays like just a straight episode of the Joe Rogan Experience for a class.
That's what I thought you were gonna say. I'll play any movie, and someone was like, "Oh, can we get a Joe Rogan episode?"
Yeah, because like none of us have been in school. Like in our days, podcasts weren't really a thing. I wonder if like in nowadays when like podcasts are a thing, like rolling in a TV, be like, okay, you are going to watch fucking.
They still roll in the VCR. They put in a VCR of or VHS of Joe Rogan. Doing
Today's episode of Guys We Fucked.
Call the daddy.
Call the daddy.
Call her daddy.
Call her daddy.
I like call the daddy.
Call the daddy.
Call the daddy.
Call the midwife. Straight daddy.
Oh my God. Call her daddy. I've only listened to one episode of it. And it's her episode with Christine Quinton from Selling Sunset. It is the most softball interview I've ever seen. No hard questions.
It's a hilarious interview. I'm not sure if you're into Selling Sunset, are you, or no?
I don't really know it.
Then you're better for it. You don't need to watch it.
You're better off.
It is an awesome show, though. It's
You're
great.
better
It's like
off.
house porn and then like the most vapid office drama. It's wonderful.
What is it? What?
It's about it's a reality show on Netflix about realtors. It's like these two twin Jewish men that are bald and very ripped, and they're very short, and they run an office.
Say no more. I'm in.
I'm in. Do you watch any reality TV?
Yeah.
I watched a lot of 90 Day Fiance over the pandemic. I love 90 Day Fiance. I kind of like, I haven't watched that much of it lately because like as I was watching a lot with my ex, and it was very funny, but then like as the relationship started to deteriorate, I was seeing similarities with these like with these people's relationships that are clearly falling apart. I was like, I don't want to be reminded of this right now.
Were you looking at the show like, this is my map? This is.
I do think you like. There's a lot of people who are like very clearly being like just like people, good-natured people who want to find love, who are clearly being like.
Yeah.
Swindled, and I do think that could be my future too. I could very much see myself.
Do you think you could get conned by a beautiful woman?
Absolutely, no question about it.
Wait, do you remember the season where it's a guy and he's like communicating with a woman in Russia for like 7 years and he's 60?
I don't know if I saw that one. Do you remember?
Oh, I don't remember his name, but like. He cannot tell that he's getting scammed. He's on a website where you have to pay for every single day that you message this woman. And she's like canceled on him to meet up 4 different times. And he's still like in love. He's like, this is the one.
Years?
No, in like 7 years.
He's only asked 4 times in 7 years.
Yeah. And he has like a friend whose wife is from the Ukraine who's like, yeah, I know these women. They're scamming you.
That's like that episode of Catfish. Did you ever watch that?
Oh,
never
watched
watched
a lot of Catfish.
Did you ever watch the one where there's a man who thinks that he's talking to Katy Perry?
I don't think I've seen that one.
That one's amazing because at the end when it's revealed that it's a catfish, like they check in on them 3 months later. They're like, "How are you doing?" And when Neve and Max check in, he goes, "I don't know though. I don't know. I still think all of this is just really something Katie would do."
That's an incredible phrase.
There's a level of self-delusion that you have to be a part of that show. And it's not something, or it is something that I do think I have developed from stand-up comedy by necessity. Just like getting off stage being like, that went okay. I'm going to keep doing this.
Good.
No, you need that in comedy.
You need to be a little bit of blind confidence in yourself.
God, I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, when's the last time I murdered? Not like did well, you know, like when's the last time I like really owned a fucking room? And I can't think of it, but I'm like, I'm delusional. I'm going to keep going.
Did you like ever walk off stage on a time where you taped it and you were like, that was incredible. And then you watch it and you're just like, oh, Christ.
Yeah.
It's
an awful feeling. There was one time at one of those bringer shows that I did where right after it, the videographer was like, "Do you want your video?" Like I went up, I I bombed so hard. I bombed so hard. And then I like got off stage. I'm feeling like super embarrassed. And like the videographer comes over to me like, so did you want the video? It's $20.
Like, don't embarrass yourself.
And I was like, I was like, I feel like I bombed. I don't want that video. And she was like, I don't think you did. And I was like, I know you're lying to me, but thank you.
Did it like cost $20 a pop or something like that? Yeah, they're still trying to sell you the tape.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Of course.
I respect the angle though. I respect it. I do the
An
same.
entrepreneur is an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think you bombed. What a rough thing to say. No, you didn't. No, you did great.
Like, no, I was there.
I was there.
Oh my God. Well, there are people in this world who feel like they're bombing, and we need you
We need
to
your
give
help.
some of your insight
Okay.
into helping them see the light.
All right.
So we have a few listener submissions up here. I have one pulled up. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm
All
ready.
right. My office made jokes about how people who like wrestling are stupid. I like wrestling, but I'm not stupid. Should I reveal that or hide my love?
I don't think that. I think wrestling. I think it's weird that people. I'm not a wrestling fan, but like it's like pulpy fun, and like I used to. That was actually one at that job where I was watching sports.
Yeah.
Wrestling was one of them, and like the fighting was was always the least interesting part for me. But at the beginning, when they're just like trash talking,
That's so fun.
that's fun. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny.
Yeah.
You shouldn't feel ashamed of liking wrestling. It's funny. It's entertainment. They're actors too.
Yeah.
And like Dave Bautista, you could see how he's translated his skills from the ring into onto the silver screen.
I would go so far as to say that if you don't like wrestling, like you're hiding a part of yourself and you're not healthy, I think. I think that liking wrestling means that you're in touch with yourself and you're like, all right, I know how to have a good time.
That is the spiciest thing you've ever said on this show.
Yeah.
How many episodes has this been? Like 90?
98. This will be or 99 maybe.
This is 99. We gotta
One
do,
away from the big 100. Huh?
we gotta do
80,
something
yeah.
crazy for the hundo.
Yeah.
We should have like an all-stars season.
Whoa, that's a
Yeah.
good idea.
I'm actually really in for that. We'll talk about it.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about it. Yeah.
But
98. Yeah. So.
man, like I feel like wrestling is a lot of fun because it's improv. I saw like a mid-level wrestling show one time. It was on
Writers of wrestling are killing themselves right now. They're like, we put so much work into this.
Yeah, I'm devaluing your work right now.
Yeah.
You all should go on strike. I just feel like I remember watching one match, like kind of like an off-brand match, and these guys are fighting, and then one guy gets knocked down, and then he comes up again, and he just goes, "I'm really strong." And I was like, "This is so good."
Funny. There's one guy, I can't remember his name, but his bit, he's a heel. So he comes out, he like trash talks the audience.
Like you in the fantasy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I learned a lot. Yeah. And he like, his bit is like he has an acoustic guitar and he'll try to play his song and everybody's booing him and he'll get really mad. And you're like, I'm trying.
He's a Sigma
funny.
male.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Oh my god.
I do think for this listener, like there is something to the spicy take Lucas had, where I think often when people are like, "Oh, that's stupid," what they're saying is like, "That's not like intellectual or rarefied in a certain way," and like, fuck all of that. As you get older, like none of that matters anymore.
Yeah.
We all have weird, goofy interests.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not Ryan. His are sane and reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like people that
Yeah.
don't enjoy something that is obviously dumb but just fun.
Yeah.
There's
that's
joy
yeah,
in that.
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
Exactly.
It's not, nobody's pretending this is Shakespeare. This
No.
is, yeah.
Is that what you don't like about Aronofsky movies? Is they're too self-serious?
Yeah.
I don't mind that. I just mind that they're like miserable.
Yeah.
That they're just no goddamn fun. And I like some of his movies, but like I like The Wrestler. I like Black Swan. But like most of them are a bummer. They're
Yeah.
a bummer and not like, I think he's a talented director, but I don't
Yeah.
think I don't want to be bummed out by
Yeah.
I think the messaging of all of them is too convoluted. Like Mother, I liked, but it was just so like, what was he saying? The Whale certainly it was a what was he saying. And then the other one I've seen is Requiem for a Dream. And I saw that when I was like 13. So I was like, drugs, edgy, cool. So like I like can't speak to that now, but I don't know if it's any good.
Requiem for, oh, sorry.
Oh no. Talk about Requiem for a Dream.
I just, that's the one that really ignited my hate for him because like I get like technically I watched it in film class in school and like I get technically what he's doing is impressive, but like also like this is a 2-hour long PSA. That's what this is. This is an after school special level of understanding about drugs.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
I wanted to ask you before we get into our next submission, is there a movie that was intended to be serious and you laughed out loud watching it?
There's so many. I mean like there's like I sometimes I love Sylvester Stallone's movies so much. I'm such a big Sylvester Stallone fan.
Yeah.
And he's just like
He can laugh at himself though. He's so smart and funny.
Yeah. But and like there's like Cobra, this movie that he directed in the 80s, which is like this like it's like basically it's him advocating for fascism and the police, but it's
Hell
like
yeah, brother.
He's just like why we gotta read these people their Miranda rights. It's like, but he's also like he at the beginning he's like sneaking into this shootout situation and he's like sipping on a beer and it's just like it's dumb. Like I don't agree with the politics at all, but I'm like this is funny. This is funny.
That reminds me of the trailer for The Mule, which is a movie I've
God.
always wanted to see.
Oh my God, I watched The Mule recently.
Wait, what is The Mule
my
about?
God.
Who's in it? I don't know about
Clint
Eastwood.
Eastwood.
Oh, I now know exactly what
That
this
like
is. Yeah.
very old Clint Eastwood,
Yeah.
where he's
Yeah.
got those squinty eyes and he's like one last shot at muling.
My friend told me to watch that. He's like, it starts off with Clint Eastwood as old as we've ever seen him, and then it jumps 10 years. And he's just like ancient in it. But like I kind of like The Mule unironically.
Okay.
It's very infamously he has 2 threesomes in it as a 90-year-old man with like these
Yeah.
beautiful women. And I thought that was very funny, but like in context, honestly, kind of tasteful.
I agree, and very inspiring. We should all
Yes.
hope. All right, some advice for this listener. Okay, so I've been writing fan fiction about my classmates. For some context, I'm a senior in high school and no one knows it's me. What I do is write the fic on my notes, screenshot it, and post it on TikTok. I at the people involved and have already followed my whole grad class, so they are all aware it exists. Now, these fics have never gotten to the point of smut, but they can get pretty spicy, and I know I'm pissing some people off by doing it. What are your opinions on this? Do you think I should stop? Love the pod, by the way, and thank you for reading. You're so welcome. This is an amazing submission.
Start narrating them on the loudspeaker.
Yeah.
Go big. How would you feel if someone was writing smut about you in high school and it's someone you're not close to?
I think they explicitly said it's not smut.
Oh, but it got
It
spicy.
sounds like it might be smut. I'll be honest.
I'm like,
it's
that's
not
what a smut writer would say.
I think I would find it funny if it was self-aware. If it was like really getting to the heart of my dynamics at the school. If it wasn't,
If you felt it was a read.
yeah, I'd be like, that's funny. If it wasn't, I'd be like, well, go fuck yourself and get a hobby. But like, if you're doing a good job, I say keep going. But maybe I'm an enabler. Ryan, what do you think?
I think it depends. If it's not mean-spirited, I think it's probably fine. Listen, if you're not pissing people off, maybe you're not doing something right.
Hey, that's right.
I think if it's not mean-spirited, it's probably fine. I don't know. If you're like, I guess I would like to know the specifics a little more. If it's but like. If they're like these wacky, fantastical things, and like, I guess it depends on, as long as you're not hitting a nerve with somebody, being like, so, Tommy's parents are divorced, and that's Tommy's fault. And it's like a story about,
And that's why his
it's not
girlfriend
smut,
broke up with him.
yeah, it's like a real breakup, and it's like a fake story of why it happens.
You should start writing fan fiction. Wow.
I think
About
you'd be
about the
great.
Brooklyn comedy scene. Oh my god.
Wait, if you did that on stage, it would murder. A show of just that? Like you bring someone on and then you do like the fan fiction you've written about them.
That actually is not a bad idea at all. I like that a lot.
This is something.
Wait, that could possibly be the messiest show ever.
I want this.
We should start the show. 5 comedians on a lineup, and they all are tasked to write fan fiction about Brooklyn comedy.
Ooh.
Yeah, about each other. Like you do like a swap around.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
Oh, I like, as long as it's not like really mean. I guess like you gotta find the people who will toe that line. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of any sort of like punny names that involve Wattpad.
What's Wattpad?
yeah,
Oh, Wattpad. It's a fan fiction site. I know because someone told me that there was fan fiction about me. I looked, I couldn't find it.
Wait, what fan fiction about you? Am I
I
in
don't
it?
know.
I want someone to
couldn't
write a
find
steamy. If you're a listener, can
Well,
you
I
please
wrote
write a
that, though.
steamy fan fiction about
Yeah,
me and
yeah.
Lucas? You wrote it?
Yeah, I wrote it. It was about me and Lucas fucking.
Yeah, that's right. Who's on top?
We traded off.
That's really good.
I love equality.
Always, listeners, always trade off. No tops or bottoms allowed. Only trading.
Oh yeah. Okay. Wait. Do we have?
We have one
We
more.
have one more. Oh yes. My sorority sister just got engaged.
Sorry, I'm just being real.
Oh, beautiful.
Go on.
My sorority sister just got engaged, but she's never posted a picture of him before. We think she's pregnant.
Probably.
What other reasons would you accept a sorority sister of yours?
I have to
Getting
pee
married.
while Ryan monologues about
this is to someone you've never met.
So what would be okay for a sorority sister of mine
Specifically of yours, yeah.
who to never post a picture of their fiance?
And then fiance appears out of nowhere.
I guess if they're I don't they think they're wait just so I understand, is the person who's pregnant the sorority sister who hasn't posted, or the fiance is pregnant?
Is a person who wrote in, sorority sister is getting married to a guy, sorority sister may be pregnant.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that could be a pregnancy.
Someone may be dying as well.
Someone may be dying,
Getting
yeah.
hitched before you hit that sweet coffin.
I think, I don't know, maybe if it's like, if they're I mean that is definitely suspicious to me.
Yeah.
Like, huh. But do they post a lot? That would be a question I ask. Are they
Ooh,
posting? If
That
they
is
don't
a
really,
that's a good question.
if they don't post in general, then maybe it might just be they're not like a public person.
I'm gonna guess this person, the sorority sister, posts a lot because I think the person who wrote in knows this person pretty well. Maybe they live together in a sorority house.
Yeah.
Let's say they do. I'm gonna just write your story. Yeah.
So maybe they don't have a lot. She doesn't have a lot of pictures of him. That could be. Maybe he's got some sort of.
Maybe he doesn't photograph well.
Oh yeah, yeah. She could be embarrassed of him.
Oh.
Or
But
maybe
it's a fiance. You gotta be proud at that point.
Yeah, at that point you just gotta own it.
Yeah.
But now our pictures are coming out now that fiance status is revealed.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Well, I'll tell you, I haven't posted any pictures of my fiance, which is actually
Michelle Obama.
I am married to the grind though, so it is.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And you do post pictures of the grind.
Yeah, it's me like walking up to a stage. I'm flexing. I'm saying, "Got a workout in today."
And you're just pointing at the mic like,
Yeah, and it's
ever
like,
heard of this?
and little do my followers know that I ate shit.
I always love that you put the boomerang up. You're like, no one has to know what a bad set this was.
Yeah, sometimes it feels wrong to post it when I know I did badly, but then I'm like, no.
It's always funny. Like, one of the things about having a non-comedian partner is I'll be like, ugh, I looked so ugly in the boomerang. And then it will be her who's forced to be like, nobody besides you guys does boomerangs.
That is true.
Only you guys right now.
Yeah, we're keeping the boomerang market
Keeping the boomy
afloat.
alive.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay, boomer.
Okay, boomerang.
There we go.
Maybe this sorority sister should start boomeranging her fiance.
You always look good in a boomerang.
I do, or just in general? People
You
in
specifically,
general?
but I think generally, I've not seen someone look terrible in a boomerang because you get to be in motion a little bit.
Yeah, that's true. I guess you
Yeah.
can hide.
I've
some
had
People
of
some
look
it.
better in
Ogo
motion.
boomerangs.
Still terrible, but
Yeah.
I don't. Ryan brought up a good point, which is, does this sorority sister post a lot or a little? Because
Good
if she posts a lot,
What was
then
the issue? She doesn't post her fiance, and that's
until engagement, and now the entry writer thinks this sorority sister is pregnant.
because they didn't post.
Yeah, because they didn't post until now.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Yeah,
That makes sense. Good sleuthing.
yeah,
Yeah.
Be like, so I took a friend to the abortion clinic today, and my car's open for anyone that needs to.
My friend went to the abortion clinic today. Do you think she's pregnant? Not anymore.
She just went to hang out. It's really hard to make friends in this city. Where else are you going to go?
I like to go to the giraffe enclosure.
And speaking of giraffes, Ryan, you've been a great guest.
You have been.
A beautiful giraffe of a man. We have one final segment that we make all of our guests do, and we force and subject you to. It's going to be another 3 hours of your time. I hope that's okay. Ryan, please tell us how you feel you are perceived by other people, and then we'll tell you how we actually perceive you. And if you're wrong, you lose money.
Oh boy. I don't know. I think I try to be like open and energetic. I try to make people feel good when I see them. I like to foster connections, and I like to pump people up. And joke around with them. I think I don't know. I think generally people are positive on me. I think I usually can get people on my side, I think, for the most part. I don't know, maybe a little clumsy. That could be something that people see about me. Bopping
Really?
around with
Clumsy?
these yeah. I got these lanky limbs. Sometimes I'm not in
you got a lot of
control.
limbs.
Yeah, I do. I got 4 of them.
Oh my god. Save some for the rest of us.
Lucas, didn't you say the other day you felt like you had too many limbs?
Yeah.
Which ones? And you were
I don't know,
referring to
I was
your
like,
penis.
this just
right?
feels like a lot.
There's a lot of limbs.
I'm just like, what do you do with them all? It's like they're just crumpled in a corner. I'm like, I don't know where to put them.
Yeah, when you're not using them, it's you got to figure something to do with them.
Yeah, exactly.
Pick
He
some
gets it.
up or-
I
Yeah.
perceive you as having a lot of limbs, for sure.
Thank you.
I feel like I'm
feel
trying to
seen.
remember when I first saw you. I feel like I first saw you at the first Silly Goof you hosted, and I was like, this guy's fucking funny. I feel like I was like, you know, like you don't know people, right, when you see them. So I was like, okay, random white guy. And then you went up, I was like, random white guy is funny as hell. And then I feel like when I first met you, I immediately felt very comfortable with you. So you do make people comfortable. The thing you're trying to do, it's working. And I like knowing that you're a fantasy baseball head, because now I'm going to be talking to you about it.
Yeah, we can commiserate or share our joys.
I hope there's joys. I'm definitely going to check the roster once this wraps.
Oh yeah. I honestly, you are someone like I feel like is just so universally liked, and with good reason, because like you are someone who in the rare events that like an audience doesn't respond to you as well as you deserve, every single time I've been like, this audience is wrong.
I don't know if that's true, but thank you for saying that.
I can say that categorically. Every single time I've ever seen you, and I'm like, what is wrong with these people? Yeah. You're witnessing gold right now. No, you're a lovely person. You're so easy to talk to. I feel like I relate to you on a lot of stuff. You're just, I can think of no negative qualities about this guy right here.
Oh wow, thank you, thank
Truly.
you. Not even my staunch conservative background.
Yeah, we were gonna bring it up, but we're out of time.
Hey, we all have our things. Everybody's got something.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, before you plug and promote anything, just why do you hate the vaccine?
Yeah. Why did you do so much writing for the campaign of Ron DeSantis?
I don't hate the vaccine. I just wanted to do my own research, first of all.
Yeah, did you
And
do it?
second, Ron is a dear friend.
He's a comic. comic, right?
He came to your bringer.
Yeah.
One of the 74,
It was actually 75.
including God.
Yeah.
What if you were like, I mean, God's here all the time, so I should knock one off?
You walk into the comedy club like, okay, who's here? The Father, Son, the Holy Ghost. That's 3.
Yeah.
And then my mom. It's 4. You should do that.
Yeah. Well, Ryan, you've been an amazing guest. Please, so this will be coming out in a week, I believe. Please plug and promote anything that you have going on.
Okay, so Silly Goof open mic at can I say the location?
Sure.
No.
Oh, okay. Well,
No, go on.
You can say the location. Just don't say where we live.
Okay. So Silly Goof open mic, Wednesdays at Star Bar. I'm there. I host that with Allie Lawrence, the very, very funny Allie Lawrence. And then you can find me on Twitter and Instagram. I'm at I need a better handle because my name is so hard to spell, but I'm at Ryan Ciecwisz. It's spelled differently on my Twitter and Instagram, and I'm realizing now.
Was the correct spelling taken on one of them?
No, it was I put because the spelling of my name is Ciecwisz, and on Instagram I just kind of took out that extra C and the S, so it's Ciewiz because I thought I'd consolidate it.
Okay.
And I was like, this will make it easier to read, but it still is not easy to read. So yeah, but I'm yeah, you can see the spelling of my name, I guess, you'll probably in the description or something.
Okay.
Just at Ryan Ciecwisz.
Is it Polish?
It's Polish, yeah.
Yeah.
Classic.
Did you want to, before we end, did either of you want to drop the P slur, Polak? I give you permission. Come on. Drop it. Come on.
Oh, I dropped it. Sorry, it fell.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Let me pick it up.
Yeah. I'll say other slurs when we cut.
You guys are so scared to get canceled for calling me a Polak. If you were brave, you'd call me a dumb Polak right now. Show you're brave. Show you're brave.
Oh my God, I'm such a coward. I don't have what it takes.
The Polish community is going to come after us.
I don't have what it takes. I
you
can't
use
make
it
it in
very
this
often?
business.
No, I'm trying to use it more, though.
You should. More slurs. Yeah. I was also on James Jimenez's podcast this morning yelling more slurs. So I feel like
Oh my
this
God.
is a trend.
Well,
You have a
issue.
theme. Yeah.
Near and dear to your heart.
Yeah, it is. I
Indeed.
want to.
You know this one.
Slur representation.
Dropping them everywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. Can't find them. I do have a show-related thing to plug.
Yes, you do.
Me and Divya Gunasekharan's show, If We Did It Comedy, which is a murder mystery comedy show, is coming back at Future Proof on April 26th at 8 p.m. It's happening. It was on hold for a while, but we're back, baby. And also, baseball's back. So if you see
Nice.
me on Instagram, I'm going to be talking about that a lot.
Beautiful. I have 2 shows next week. Friday the 7th, I'm doing a fundraiser for the arts, which is cool. And then the following day, I'm going to be putting a show together at the Grizzly Pear in Midtown. I'm going to be doing something there with SB Rivadeneira, who's going to be on the show with me, which I'm excited about. And so details for that will be on my website and through my socials. You can find me. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Ryan. Ryan, any last words besides the Peasler?
No, just thank you so much for having me. I had a lovely time. This was so
Oh,
much fun.
fine.
Say the police. No, it's okay. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for watching and listening.
Oh, and shout out to Stand Up New York.
Shout out to
for
Stand
their
Up New
amazing
York.
studio and our producer,
Yes,
Haley, who's
Haley.
amazing.
Thank you very much. Please sign up also for our bonus content. We will be doing cool stuff. And did you say something, Gabby?
No,
No. Okay. Never mind.
we've
Yes.
never done a cool thing in our
Never
lives.
done a cool
but please
thing
sign
ever.
up for the Supercast.
Please sign up for the Supercast. Thank you very much. We'll see you next week.